The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 1, titled Chapter 17, The Protest. The Protect. Bloody hell. I can't say the episode title. My mouth wants to say different words. It's in the title, okay? It's in the title. You know, Chapter 17, there. But of course, this is the beginning of the brand new season of The Mandalorian. It's been a while. It's been a while since we had a season of Mando. Was it late 2020? It was like since the last episode. But of course, a lot of things happened since then. Between seasons. Actors getting fired because their political beliefs went a little bit heavy to the right. There was a spin-off show known as the Book of Boba Fett. Which was only interesting when Mandalorian showed up. It was not that good of a show. It was kind of one of those things like the moment Mando showed up, we're like, whoa, okay, now I'm a tree, now I'm interested, and that's basically what happened for a lot of people. But now we got officially a season of Mando. And watching this first episode of this brand new season, I'm watching it, I'm like, it's good. It's good. It's not great, but it's good. Because there's certain things in it that I'm like, it's weird to say, oh, they could easily cut out. They could easily cut that out or expand on that or whatever, because, knowing the Mandalorian episodes are about 30-minute-ish long episodes. So it's kind of weird to say, oh, they could easily cut that stuff out, and realistically you will have 20 minutes or, 20 minutes of an episode. But what happens in this episode is you got Mando kind of repeating what he wants to do, 3 locations, 3 separate times. You get the stuff at the beginning, which I won't lie, while watching it, I'm like, this feels like I get it, you want to do the whole brand new season, start with a big giant action sequence, but the stuff with the crocodiles and with the Mandalorians and all that kind of stuff, I was like, yeah, this feels very unnecessary. This just feels action for action's sake, really. It doesn't really share any narrative purpose. But more of that is, in the first 5 minutes, it's Mando's having home that, hey, I need to go to Mandalore to become fully a Mandalorian once again, because he is no longer a Mandalorian. He wears the armor, but he's no longer a Mandalorian, due to him revealing his face to Grogu, knowing to the Grogu, and in Book of Boba Fett he gets quartered out. And by the way, I feel bad for people who didn't watch Book of Boba Fett. I really feel bad because, we all joked about, in Doctor Strange, people who didn't watch WandaVision are going to get really confused what's happening in Doctor Strange with Wanda. That's nothing, because literally, there's 4 episodes of 3 episodes. How many episodes Mando's in? But there's X amount of episodes that is basically Mando Season 3 before there's a Mando Season 3. It's mostly 2.5. And explaining why Grogu is with Mando again, even because at the end of Season 2, Grogu was with Luke. They don't really explain it, really. They don't really explain it much. Maybe a bit of dialogue pass away, but I really feel bad for people who didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, and they're like, whoa, did I miss something? did I miss something? He's with, isn't Grogu meant to be with Luke? And it's like, yeah, he was, but it's not anymore. My guess what happened is they realized you can't do a Mandalorian show without Baby Yoda. You just can't. A lot of people might feel like, but like, they're not there for Star Wars. They're not there for Mando. They're there for the cute Baby Yoda. That's probably people when when Grogu got captured in episode 6. That all they saw was this guy with these cute little shackles, and you're like, the baby is captured. You should be terrified. No, you think it's cute that he's captured because he's got cute little shackles. Gotcha. You know what I mean? This is a whole weird thing we're going to. So, but anyway, you have a scene at the beginning where Mando's explaining what he wants to do. You got a big section at the middle where we go back to, oh my god, we go back to the planet. I'm blanking on the planet's name. That we've been kind of visiting since episode one of series 1. Carl Weathers' character's there. They do explain where Cara Dune is. My guess it was like, we're just going to recap, the Flights of the New Republic show that was meant to happen, but it ain't happening because of reasons, probably. But you have this big section, and I'm like, and for me, I'm like, in this section, you have story, you have motivation, you have a goal that Mando wants to do, which is he wants to bring back, I'm blanking characters' names today, I don't know why, but Taika Waititi's character, who died died in the end of season 1. He wants to, because he's a droid, he wants to bring it back because he thinks it's the only droid, and it's the only droid he can trust that can bring him back to Mandalore and know where things to go, what he's going to be facing, right? So I'm like, okay, that's the goal, and that's what it's going to be. Okay, there's an obstacle here. Okay, and now you have to do this. And I'm like, okay, yep, intrigue. And also I'm like, it's fun seeing Grogu. Like, Grogu's, spinning a chair by using the Force. Like, he just spins a chair, but just uses the Force to just, push the chair out. You can't help but laugh. You kind of like, this is neat. Or like him having a wet M&M. Let's be honest. We're like wet M&M's or Skittles. Let's be honest. But yawning. Or Stills, and they're like, I kept like, Jesus, this kid's hungry. Or the moment Grogu gets angry, and you have Mando going, no, do not try to swindle the guy. I'm like, that I love it and adore over, and definitely the scene where you have Grogu like inside the ship, inside the cockpit that Mando's flying, and you see like space whales by the things, like space whales. You can't help but go, I heard that the space whales, because of Rebels, which is an anime show, which is kind of interesting to see them like hinted and blurred in the background. I'm like, this is a beautiful visual scene that you get drawn to. But through it, you have your big action sequence that is clearly, these pirates are there to be the obstacle. These pirates are going to be like, the Mandalorian, we don't give a shit who you are, so we're going to come for you and hunt you down, follow you, and like, those are going to be the obstacles there. Didn't realize Swamp Thing was a pirate. Like, seriously, guys. The plant guy looks like Swamp Thing. You know what? He looks like... It feels like a sequel to the Alan Moore Swamp Thing comic. Because it gets really... At the end, it gets really spacey. It really does. It gets really, really spacey. And Kurt Sparrow and all that. I'm like, okay. Swamp Thing is in this, okay? But then I'm like, okay, all good, all this stuff. I quite enjoy it. I felt like it was needed for the story. But then we're with Bo-Katan. And when we go to Bo-Katan, it is literally Lando explaining the same stuff. And maybe, yes, Bo-Katan explaining that it's poison. You're going to die. You're not going to be, they're doing, she's doing all of that. But I'm like, it's probably better if we just found out that, it's poison. That you make food, you did this, you did this and did that, and all kinds of stuff. And we just found out as an audience as Mando finds out. But honestly, I'm like, what, you cut 5 minutes out of this, 8 minutes out of 35, so you got like a 26-minute episode. I get you. Like, when it comes to The Mandalorian, like, as much as people have loved the show, a lot of people do feel like, yeah, the episode lengths are quite short. But here's the thing, it feels a bit lengthy. 35 minutes, it feels, you feel like it's a slightly longer length. So, that shows that you are trying your hardest to be like, hey, it's 35 minutes, but, let's try to make it not slower pace, but just make it feel like, it might be an extra 10 minutes or something, make it feel 45 versus, 35. But anyway, so yeah, it's the beginning of a brand new season of The Search of Mandalore.